Hey everyone, welcome back to 22 Panels. This is the podcast that aims to examine, explore, and elevate the medium of comics. I am Tyler, and across the interwebs from me is Tad. Hey Tad.
Hey Tyler, how are you?
Good, good.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm gonna let you have the first news news note because you dug it up, and
yeah,
actually I'm gonna give you the second one too because that one's just all you, man.
okay. So the first thing that
You
I
get the
came,
news today.
sounds good. The first thing I came up with was Distillery and Kodansha are announcing a partnership where they're going to. Kodansha is a Japanese publisher for manga. And the new partnership between Distillery and Kodansha will see the publishers exchanging artists for cover art to expose readers to either side of the Pacific for their company, each for their own company. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah. So the first in this partnership.
Hopefully it leads to some more translation stuff too, but
Yep.
very cool to even just have the artists.
Exactly. We get Becky Cloonan's involved, Tula Lotte, Shuzo Oshimi, who I'm not familiar with, but I think will be pretty cool to see what they can do because that is a horror art writer, I guess, or artist.
Right.
Um, yeah. So I'm pretty excited about this crossover.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
And let's see. Next up, with Jason Aaron taking over the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, he's going to have a series of artists on for the first arc, and each issue will tackle a different turtle. And Joel Jones will be on Raphael. Raphael
Nice.
Albuquerque on Michelangelo, which honestly, this one's my favorite one I'm looking forward to. I like Raphael better as a turtle, but I like Raphael Albuquerque better as an artist. Cliff Chang is on Leonardo, and Chris Burnham on Donatello. After that, for the second arc at least, Albuquerque will be taking over art duties. So
Sounds cool.
yeah,
I
I'm
like Raphael Albuquerque too. I'll still probably wind up getting to these years from now, but we'll see. Maybe I'll finally get into the turtle swing of things.
well. I heard they're not going to redo the whole origin story and stuff like that. That's pretty
No,
much
no, it's not a
Jake.
reboot. They're picking up.
Yeah,
Um, and overall, I think that's a very good thing.
right.
Uh,
Exactly. I think it lays gives credit to the work that's already been done. I mean,
right,
the Sophie Campbell's run is huge, and I
right.
think to just reboot that would be a disgrace. But
Yeah.
anywho, what do you got?
Well, I didn't realize that they've been doing these already. Oh, I see. I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but
Mm.
but I will come back. Um, what I have is uh, uh, the hairdo from Florida actually has some consequences this week.
The hairdo from Florida.
I mean, he's gonna appeal, but I don't think he's gonna win. Um, and a jury, I want to make that clear, a jury has decided that he owes E. Jean Carroll $83 million for defamation.
Wow. Think he's going to be able to pay it? Do you think he has it?
That's where it gets interesting, particularly because there's a really, really good chance that he's about to be handed down a 300 plus million dollar
Yeah.
judgment in his business fraud case. Um, if in one of his depositions he indicated that he had $400 million cash on hand.
Right.
So if that wasn't exaggerated, and if that hasn't gone down as he's had to campaign, um, it might just wipe out all of his cash on hand.
Good.
Uh, but then he's going to have to start liquidating things, and that's not a good look for somebody who's supposed to be, the business genius that he makes himself out to be.
Exactly.
Uh, so yeah, it'll be interesting. Always interesting.
My wife,
Never a dull moment with the hairdo from Florida.
my wife goes, "Do you think this defamation lawsuit will make a dent in his campaigning?" And I said, "No, no, he'll still."
I honestly think that he was campaigning from the courtroom and that probably cost him $50 million or so
Yeah,
because they kept making scenes and they kept defying judges' orders. And I don't think the jury liked that. I think he was playing to his base.
I do too.
And I think it cost him significantly.
Yeah,
Uh, will it put a dent in his campaigning? No, but it also gives fodder to everybody else, including Nikki Haley has come out swinging since New Hampshire. And I don't think she's going to win the Republican primary, but I think how long Bernie Sanders was taking shots at Hillary Clinton was a non-zero aspect to her losing in 2016. And I think the longer Nikki Haley is taking shots at Donald Trump, the longer it's not just Democrats, but you have Republicans loudly saying the truth about Donald Trump. The more it's going to hurt him at the polls.
Yeah.
And, there's a really good chance that this election is close enough that you don't need to sway a ton of voters.
No.
You need to sway a few voters in the right states. So, yeah, it's going to be I want a boring year, damn it.
I want a boring election year. I mean,
Yeah.
the last.
I mean, how nice was
decades.
2021?
Yeah.
Once we got through the inauguration, once we were done with January 6th.
Yep.
I mean, as much as people like you and I who were wired in were going, when are they going to charge him?
Mm-hmm.
Because no charging had come down because we hadn't started the public side of the January 6th committee.
Right.
2021 was nice and boring. Laws got passed, things got done. You got to live your life and not worry about the fall of the republic. I want that again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll take 2009 or 10 even more.
Right. Those are Barack Obama years, weren't they?
Yeah. Those are his first couple of years where he had the House and Senate.
Yep. That was nice.
So, but let's talk new to order.
Yeah, new to order for January 18.
No, I forgot to change that part.
Oh, my bad.
But roughly February 18th.
Okay.
I'll have the date right at some point in the future.
Sure.
Apparently this first one has been in the making for a while. They supposedly Alex Segura and Mike Morisi, at least, had been kicking this idea around right before IDW got the Dick Tracy rights.
Okay.
They thought they had the rights and then they didn't have the rights and then but Alex Segura, Mike Morisi, Chantel Amy Osman on writing duties, and Geraldo Borges, Mark Englert, Jim Campbell on art duties. Dick Tracy returns in a new ongoing series from Mad Cave. So Mad Cave picking up their game here. A new era for the iconic detective starts here from best-selling acclaimed authors Alex Segura and Mike Morisi. Mike Morisi, we love from Barbarian. Alex Segura, we love from Prose and oh God, what was the name of his prose book right now? He's got a new one coming too. You know the one I'm talking about?
I do. It's on the tip.
Mystery.
Yeah. Alex.
Is it Secret Identity?
I think so.
Yeah.
It is Secret Identity. Yep.
Yeah. Has also done some comics that we love. I can't remember there's the
Star Wars
Comixology one.
Yeah,
but there's a Comixology one I like a lot. That's like part superhero, part press.
Okay. Let's see. Blood Oath.
That was good.
The Rejects.
That's pretty good.
Let's see. Marvel, DC, Marvel. Yeah, I'm not sure what the book you're thinking of. Marvel Voices, Black Ghost.
Yes,
Okay.
Black Ghost is fantastic.
Okay.
Um, So all new noir-infused chapters of Dick Tracy Legacy kicks off with superstar artist Geraldo Borges. In the aftermath of World War II, the country stands frozen, waiting for the next shoe to drop. In the city, a brutal murder draws the attention of rising star detective Dick Tracy, who soon discovers the bloodshed is just beginning of a complicated web that threatens to ensnare everything he cares about. Blending the classic elements of Dick Tracy world, including his iconic villain supporting cast and unforgettable watch radio. With a hard-boiled and realistic take, Dick Tracy #1 kicks off a fresh and modern take on the iconic detective that remains true to his rich history. Uh, Kind of feels like a Dick Tracy year one
Yeah,
here.
kind of.
So I'm excited for that. Excited for that. Another thing I'm excited for, and this one I bet you're even more excited for,
Yeah.
because it's first new stuff from Kevin Eastman in a while.
Yeah.
Drawing Blood, 12-issue series from Image.
Yep.
David Avallone, Kevin Eastman, Ben Bishop, and Troy Little. Kevin Eastman returns to the comic book with a look into the roller coaster life of a successful comics creator. When you create a global franchise before you turn 20, what happens next? Readers will follow the jaw-dropping journey of Shane Bookman, a cartoonist whose real life has become more absurd and action-packed than any comic book story he could dream of.
That's cool. It's kind of not. I don't know how old Eastman was when Turtles took off, but he was young.
About that age.
Yeah, he was young.
It sounds like there's going to be some autobiographical content, but I bet you there's also some less autobiographical content because the cover's got. Have you seen the cover? Should I share it really quick?
Yeah, do that because I have not seen it.
We've got a little too much action going on the cover, unless that's just what he's drawing about.
I agree.
I think this is gonna be. Did you read the Ric Flair like spy book at Scout?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it feels a little bit like that.
Yeah.
The whole but it has the potential to be really cool. So
I like elements of the cover, but like you said, it's a little too busy. It is
that's
full.
Kevin Eastman.
It is full.
That's the Eastman cover.
Yeah, it is full.
I think the Bishop cover is more my style.
Yeah, it's tasteful. Ooh, I like the next one too.
This one's pretty cool too.
Yep, I like the cat.
Kevin Eastman and Robert Rodriguez variant. Does that mean that they've already? I wonder if we're gonna get a movie announcement on this sooner rather than later.
Maybe that would be cool.
And then next up in New City, Erica Schultz, friend of the podcast, doing Rat City. And this is probably the first thing that will ever have me subscribe to a Spawn book.
Right.
Because it's Erica Schultz.
Yep.
Z Carlos looks like really cool art too. But also it just sounds like a really cool premise that I haven't really heard for a Spawn book. It's Peter Caron is an ex-soldier, an amputee, and a hellspawn in a post-war future. But Peter's not dead like Al. Peter got his spawn powers from the nanites in his prosthetic legs, nanites that were affected when Al Simmons initiated his necroplasmic detonation in the present. Al had no clue that the effects would ripple across not just space, but time as well.
Yeah, I'm a Spawn fan. I stopped reading Spawn because it's the same story over and over and over and over and over. Right. You could read the first arc of Spawn and be caught up with
which is why I stopped reading Spawn, because not only is it the same story, and I never read it as single issues. I started reading trades and pretty quickly realized, oh, we've got the same story told different ways, and I don't even love this story.
Exactly. I was always waiting for that next arc that was going to be a little bit better. You know what I mean?
Right.
But man,
How about that?
Oh, I like that one. It's a view from like an
Oh, wait a minute. That's
view.
a different book.
Oh.
That's a different book. Forget it.
Okay.
That's an older book.
Sounds good.
So yeah, looking forward to that. And then, and apparently there've been a couple other of these, and they flew under my radar probably because, the creative teams were not nearly as cool, and therefore, it's like there was one last January, and one. Oh no, it looks like there were two last January. Comic book Choose Your Own Adventures, but this Choose Your Own Adventure graphic novel is being adapted by Stephanie Phillips, and I will go anywhere Stephanie takes us.
Yep.
In this Choose Your Own Adventure graphic novel, adapted from R.A. Montgomery's classic Forecast from Stonehenge, you visit the enigmatic and mysterious monument on your summer travels. You attend a solstice event held by a group of druids in disguise. They include the excitable wizard Alistair, a deadly fairy, Elaine, and her horde, even a woodland nymph named Leandra. At the center of the story are the secrets of Stonehenge, a magical scythe that's fallen into your hands. As you meet this cast of outrageous characters, it's up to you to decide whether they are friend or foe. You must choose where the story takes you, part explorer and part detective. Your adventures lead you into London's underground and beyond, where you search for answers to the eternal mystery of Stonehenge. From acclaimed writer Stephanie Phillips and returning artist Danny Bellino, who did the Choose Your Own Adventure Journey Under the Sea.
Yep.
Comes a newly adapted graphic novel that takes readers on their own visual adventure through London and across the plains of Salisbury to uncover the secrets of an always amazing Stonehenge.
Yeah, these Choose Your Own Adventures look interesting. I'm gonna have to.
I used to have stacks and stacks of them. I think I still somewhere have stacks and stacks of them.
Yeah.
I read so many of these as a kid. And again, put Stephanie Phillips on board, and I'm there too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what when I saw that, I was like, that sounds awesome.
My most awaited book of the last 7 years.
Okay.
I think 2017 is when the first volume came out.
I think so. Sounds about right.
My favorite thing is Monsters Part 2, Emil Ferris. Set against the tumultuous political backdrop of late 60s Chicago, My Favorite Thing is Monsters Book 2 is the eagerly awaited conclusion to one of the most acclaimed graphic novels of the past decade. Presented as the fictional graphic diary of 10-year-old Karen Reyes as she tries to solve the murder of her beloved and enigmatic upstairs neighbor, Anka Silverberg, a Holocaust survivor, while the interconnected stories of those around her unfold. In Book 2, dark mysteries past and present continue to abound in the tumultuous and violent Chicago summer of 1968. Young Karen attends a protest in Grant Park and finds herself swept up in a police stomping. Privately, she continues to investigate Anka's recent death and discovers one last cassette tape that sheds light upon Anka's heroic activities in Nazi Germany. She wrestles with her own sexual identity, the death of her mother, and the secrets she suspects her brother Dees is hiding. Ferris's exhilarating cast of characters experience revelations and epiphanies that both resolve and deepen the mysteries visited upon them earlier. Visually, the story is told in Ferris's inimitable style that breathtakingly and seamlessly combines panel-to-panel storytelling and cartoon montages filled with B-movie horror and pulp monster mag iconography.
I love the cover for this. It kind of looks like it's like colored pencil in a way.
It's not though. She uses ballpoint.
Yeah.
Ballpoint pens, crosshatched.
Yep. Just the cross hatching and the muted colors just really make it feel like it's from my tiny computer screen that I'm looking at. Yeah. Anyway, you get that vibe.
I pre-ordered this from Fantagraphics the day it went up.
Okay.
Fantagraphics sometimes gets your stuff out decently ahead of the release date when you pre-ordered, so I'm hoping to have this in my hands sooner rather than later.
Okay.
Final order cutoff is March 3rd. Get your orders in now. If you haven't read My Favorite Thing is Monsters Book 1, do so. Do so, do so, do so. We're gonna have to take a deep dive
Yep.
into it before May. Um, and then pretty quickly take our deep dive into volume 2
Yep.
afterwards.
I
We'll
agree.
probably have to have that double episode, the non-spoiler talk of volume 2 and the spoiler talk of volume 2.
That sounds good to me.
um yeah, I can't wait for this. I am so psyched for this.
Nice.
So yeah. And then the last thing we'll talk about today is Mark Russell, and we'll talk a little bit more about it later. Mark Russell finished up Rumpus Room, and the trade paperback will be out in April. Um, Rumpus Room is Russell and Rosanas meet Bob Shrunk, technocrat, billionaire, collector of bad art, and victim of a hideous skin condition that can only be treated with a highly illicit and definitely not FDA-approved face cream that must be harvested from human beings. Bob isn't unfair, though. He's happy to let his guests select who will be next to be sent from the Rumpus Room to their doom. There's just one thing Bob doesn't know. One of his current guests is an undercover cop, and she's carrying a concealed gun. Yeah.
Nice. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't read it at all yet, so I'm looking forward to this. I love the cover. Talk about a busy cover, but it works.
Russell is always darkly humorous and way too on point.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is definitely commentary on what a billionaire can get away with.
Yep.
While also being completely hilarious. So yeah, Rumpus Room is available for pre-order. You want to run through the rest of the stuff that's just up for order?
Sure. New comic series, Deadweight's #1, Tyrone Finch and Sebastian Perez from Ahoy. That comes out on April 10th. Love Me, a romance story from Francesca Perillo and Stefano Corticelli, Lorenzo Scaramella, and Buddy Boudoin from Mad Cave. Universal Monsters, Creatures from the Black Lagoon Lives, #1, Dan Waters, Ram V, Matthew Roberts, Dave Stewart from Image Comics on April 24th. And collections and graphic novels coming out. We've got A Witch's Guide to Burning, Aminder Dalawal from Drawn Quarterly comes out May 28th. The Cull, Volume 1, Kelly Thompson and Matea de Louis. I can never pronounce it. Ulyss. Image from April 24th. Dwellings from Jay Stevens, out on Oni Press on April 10th. The Enfield Gang Massacre, Chris Condon, Jacob Phillips, Image Comics on April 10th. And The Nasty, John Lees and Adam Cahoon come out on Vault on 5/8. Scrapper, Cliff Blazinski, Alex DeCampi, Ryan Kelly comes out on Image on April 24th. And Self-Esteem in the End of the World, Luke Healy from Drawn Quarterly. That is May 14th.
All right. A couple of final order cutoffs. Beyond Real #2, they push back the final order cutoff, so you have one more chance, one more week if you want to make certain that you're on board for Beyond Real, which you should be because it looks amazing. I've read the first 3 issues; they're fantastic. You'll have 7 different artists over 5 issues. Zach Kaplan just knocked it out of the park on this book.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much every comic shop got 25 free copies. So if you haven't read the first issue, get to your comic shop. There's a really good chance that they have 1 or 2 still left. Buy it digitally, whatever you have to do. You don't want to miss
out.
This
it was
book.
awesome.
Right. Somehow this one flew under my radar previously, but Ram V and Evan Cagle have a book at Dark Horse called Dawn Runner that looks really cool.
Okay.
And then Scout Unit Europe has a book called Sydney Hammer, from an artist that calls themselves Massacre. Um, looks kind of like a hard-boiled thing. Those are all on final order cutoff
Nice.
this week.
So yeah, get
So
your
Tyler,
orders in for those. Three
what'd you love?
amazing new books this week. I love The Holy Roller, number 3.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, Rick Remender, Joe Troman, Andy Samberg, and Roland Boschi from Image Comics. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's a combination of like reading, what's that Bill Murray bowling movie?
Kingpin.
Kingpin. It's just fun.
It's like Kingpin meets Punisher.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, yeah, I guess so. Oh man,
Like Garth Ennis Punisher, funny Punisher, not like dark, brooding, kill them all Punisher.
I'm always leery when a comedian or celebrity comes on board to do a comic book, but I think this has worked out really well. And
I'm always less leery if they've got solid talent working with them.
Yeah.
So the fact that Rick Remender was working this book made me pretty confident.
Yeah, exactly.
And I haven't been disappointed so far.
Not yet, and we're on issue 3. My second pick was Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, number 4 from Steve Orlando and Chris Campagna from Marvel. It is really interesting. It's kind of the way they've been doing it is it feels like an anthology where he's kind of got a monster of the week that he's battling, whether it was like Dracula in one of the first issues. And then it's good. I miss having a regular 2099 series.
Yeah.
I remember last week.
And do they have him back in 2099?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Because like the last Spider-Man 2099, it was Miguel O'Hara, but he wasn't actually in 2099.
Yep.
He was in the present universe.
Yep.
I'm like, but
no,
half the fun was like the environment.
Yep. Nueva York or whatever they call it.
Right. Right.
It's good.
Okay.
And then I'm loving this series, The Bone Orchard Mythos, Tenement number 8 from Jeff Lemire.
And see, this is hilarious. Last week it was on my list and you hadn't gotten to it.
Yep, I caught up.
This week it's on your list and I haven't gotten to it.
Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino, also from Image Comics. Yeah, it is so good. Like the
plot thickened more.
Yes, exactly. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but get out there and read it if you have.
That includes me because it's literally next on my pile.
Good. It's really good. Tad, what about you? What are 3 amazing new books?
Cantwell continues to knock it out of the park with Star Trek Defiant, annual number 1, with Roman Rosanas. A little footnote. So some of you may recall that I had a little back and forth with Tom King over whether or not Peter David was the best comic writer. I posited that I thought Cantwell was doing a hell of a job when I told Chris Cantwell that I defended his honor
to Tom King.
He told me that he agreed with Tom. and more specifically to tell him so. So Tom, since I know you don't always check your email and maybe you listen to the podcast, Chris says you're right. Peter David is the best Star Trek writer. And now I have to go read Peter David Star Trek because both Chris Cantwell and Tom King have told me
it's awesome. Yeah, he told you it's awesome. That's awesome.
Rumpus Room number 5
wrapped
up just a batshit crazy mystery series. I mean, we just talked about it. I don't know what to say. Newburn number 14. The whole premise of this series is Newburn is an ex-cop that is now like fixer's not quite the right word. He's like the mob
cleaner upper,
investigator, judge, jury, and executor.
Okay.
So he keeps the peace between the mobs. Something happens, he's the one that figures out what happened and metes out punishment so that they don't go to war.
Okay.
Um, and this issue is where you find out how he fell into that role.
Okay.
Uh, it was really cool. I enjoyed it a lot. Chip Zdarsky and Jacob Phillips have done a fantastic job.
Love Jacob Phillips' work. Well, Chip
Yeah,
Zdarsky too, but that goes
yeah,
without saying.
yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Sweet. What else came out this week? I noticed you got Batman Brave and the Bold, number 9.
that wrapped up Tom and Mitch's like Joker Year One
Okay.
story.
You got Detective Comics 1081.
Yeah.
That looked really good. I haven't read a Batman comic in forever, except for what's coming up here next. The Penguin number 6. I did
The
read.
Penguin
I
was
have been keeping
fantastic.
up on Penguin.
Ram's detective stuff has been great.
Has it?
Yeah, as has Zdarsky's Batman stuff. I mean, I'm I'm like, I always sound so terrible when I say this, but I can't wait for them both to be done with their runs so I can not have Batman on my pull list anymore, not feel like I have to keep up on Batman every week.
Yep.
Um, but they've been really great. So,
That's funny.
well, you know me.
I
Other
do.
than Daredevil, I just don't want to be pulling superhero stuff for extended periods of time.
Yeah. No, I get
But
it.
at the same time, when there's a great run, but I'd rather wind up grabbing that great run
Now than
from
later.
from like a Stephanie Phillips or a Sarah Gailey or somebody that doesn't normally get to do superhero comics,
Makes sense.
right?
Yeah.
Um,
It's a little.
I love that I love that I'm pulling Fire and Ice, by Joanna Sterer.
Mhm.
I love that I'm pulling Birds of Prey from Kelly Thompson. Even though she's done some more superhero, it's her first DC work, that sort of thing. But Tom and Tom and Chip, they're just taking more of my money for superhero stuff. Go do creator owned stuff.
Right.
I know they want health insurance and Tom is Tom and he loves superheroes.
He
and
loves doing the superhero books.
wants to do his 100 issues of all of the Trinity. And I hope he gets 100 issues of Wonder Woman. And frankly, given that he's only done that 6-issue Batman story that was originally the 12-issue Walmart Batman story.
Right.
But it was amazing.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I kind of hope that he does get 100 issues of Superman too. And then just for Edgar and Sam's kid, Tom, I hope he gets 100 issues of Aquaman just because, And he uses the horn shirt the entire time.
It took me a second to who is Edgar and Sam, and then I'm like, oh, Samantha,
Right.
I know her.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, what? Okay. Yeah. So getting on to our great responsibility for the week, we are jumping back into our deep dives into superheroes outside of DC and Marvel, basically.
More self-contained superhero universes.
Yeah. And so this week,
Jeff Lemire and Kurt Busiek have their own universes that pretty much only they have played in. Lemire's opened his up a little. Eventually we'll get to the Black Hammer Visions.
Yep.
I don't think Busiek has really opened his up at all. I think it's all his.
I think so. From what I've never read it when it came out, and so I'm reading it now. From what I can tell, yes, it is all Kurt.
Right.
But this week we're reading Black Hammer, the Library Edition, Volume 2, which covers both Part 1 and 2 of Black Hammer: Age of Doom.
Yeah.
What I loved about this, so the first volume, if you remember, left off with Lucy Weber appearing back on the farm. And she's like, I'm Black Hammer, brah. No, I don't know if she did.
I know what happens.
And I know what happened. Yep. So that's how it left us on a cliffhanger. And right off the bat, it's just tragedy because she disappears.
Right. Well,
Which
they can't, I mean, as we discover pretty quickly, it was a situation where, apparently, um, the whole, I mean, in a very new God's way, the whole anti-God thing was, oh, we have to bring balance. So you can't have the heroes in the universe. So uh Madame Butterfly had created this like pocket universe in
in their
their
minds.
minds.
Yeah.
In what do they call
The Parazone.
in the Parazone?
Yeah. So they're floating. What's
Their
actually
mind.
happening? So for the whole first arc, we've been, or first two arcs, we were on a farm in this quiet
Right.
farming community, and there was boundaries to the farm, and Black Hammer himself had tried to exit the boundaries and was obliterated. Whereas the rest of the heroes have been stuck there. Well, now we come to find out that it's been Madame Butterfly and Colonel Weird's plan on how to keep them safe after New God and they battled in Spiral City 10 years ago.
Right.
So what's actually been happening is they've been kept in a stasis, like kind of like a suspended animation, floating in the Parazone in Colonel Weird's ship. And Lucy has it all figured out. Somehow, I think because she wasn't one of the heroes that was taken, I'm not sure how it really wasn't explained how she was able to like piece it together.
Well, she did the research on Earth.
Yeah.
And I don't think she had everything figured out. She just knew that they'd been taken away from Earth, and she knew too much.
Yeah. But you know, as she's making her way, like, okay, so when she disappeared on the farm and she's got to make her way back to the characters,
Right.
like how she figured out that this was all Madame Butterfly putting in false
Well,
memories.
I mean, she's the journalist detective,
Yeah.
and it's like making Lois Lane Superman.
Right.
And
So the first half of this was that story and them coming to terms with where they are now, right? Because they just want to kill Madame Butterfly. Well,
wouldn't you?
yeah, 10 years of their life have been spent because apparently, according to Colonel Weird, they need to have a balance of
Right.
anti-God versus the heroes, and once anti-God
Well, and
was
certainly
gone,
according to Black Hammer and the like, I forget what the name of like the All-Father type figure
yeah, I don't know what his name
later on is when they're explaining to Lucy what has to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the other thing. All of this ends. I mean, first they go back to Earth, but they don't remember what they are. But Lucy starts to figure it out because Talkie-Walkie, and then you find out that that
This is volume 2 now of
right.
the second half of this.
You discover that Madame Butterfly never lost her memories, but she saw an opportunity to finally she gets to have a happy life. You know,
Correct.
everybody else got to have a happy life.
Yep.
But the anti-God comes back and Lucy tells them all, no, what you need to do is you need to go back to the farm. You don't need to fight it. You need to go back to the farm. And so we end where we began.
Exactly.
Only now Sherlock Frankenstein has joined them as a little boy running after little Gale.
It's so funny when Gail admitted to Barbalian, maybe?
Yeah.
That she had been seeing Frankenstein and she kept it a secret, because he was a villain. And
Barbalian's like, you deserve to be happy.
Exactly. Because he's in love with with the minister or
Right.
the priest.
Right.
Um, Honestly, that made me really happy to see him like have that love reciprocated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know it was Madame Butterfly giving Barbalian what he wanted. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because she's controlling this whole thing. But it was still nice to see him finally get. I mean, because he was kicked off his homeworld for being a homosexual, wasn't he?
Right.
Um, and I don't know. It was nice to see a win for the good guy, kind of thing. You know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, what do you think of the story so far? What are your initial
Oh,
thoughts?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Um, I love how well thought out it is. I love how much Jeff Lemire loves comics.
Right.
Um, yeah.
I don't want. I know this. The current arc of Black Hammer is called The End, but I really hope it's not. I mean, have we heard whether
Right.
it is the end of the series?
I think it's the end for now.
Uh huh.
I mean, I don't think he's guaranteed that he'll never come back to it. You know, he's about to go back to Royal City.
Oh, is he?
Um,
I have
yeah,
that in issues.
yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that yeah, there's no guarantee that it's over, but I think there's also no immediate plans.
Oh, sure. That makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Well, I'm excited for him to go back to Royal City.
Yeah.
Was that I can't remember. Was that autobiographical or? I mean,
I think
I loved it at the end of the issues. It had like a soundtrack for
yeah, I
a
love that too.
list of songs that you could check out that the characters were
Right,
listening to.
right. I don't think it was strictly autobiographical. I think like any book like that, it was not
It had
without
the family member that passed away, and he
right
was communicating
without some personal experience, but I don't know what the personal experience was.
Sure, sure.
So, what'd you think of Inspector or
Inspector
Insector?
Yeah, Inspector
The
Insector.
2 issue
Yeah,
Rich Tommaso in the middle,
yeah.
Captain Weird going, wait a minute,
Where
but
am
I am real.
I
What do
am-
you mean? I'm not.
Yeah, I liked it because I like his little in his mandibles. He always had a little cigarette hanging out, right?
Yep.
Just clipped in there.
Yep.
It just made me laugh because we
Yeah.
see Inspector Insector later. He's in the current run, the end. He's in that as a main character.
Right.
So this is fun to see where he came from. That he's actually an unfinished story.
Right.
I think that is a really cool idea. As this like stay over.
I love how he just plays with the multiverse.
Right. Yep. And I love how he takes it out, right? And he shows the writers themselves all hanging around.
Right.
I even looked closely. I'm like, is this one supposed to be Jeff himself? I'm like, because
Yeah.
that would be pretty cool, right?
I'm pretty certain each of the writers is actually kind of somebody.
Okay.
I don't feel like pulling up the image to make guesses right now. But
Yeah. It reminds me this section of the book where they're talking about like being unfinished stories and Colonel Weird's going, but I'm not an unfinished story. I'm real, you know.
Right.
Reminds me of The Unwritten.
Yeah.
A little bit where these stories
Well,
are
I mean,
fleshed to
again,
life.
it's really clear that Jeff is a comic book nut
Mhm.
on the level that we are.
Yeah.
Just from everything that he pulls into his books.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Do you like Rich Tommaso's artwork? I mean,
I
it's
do.
jarring compared to
I do, but
Dean
I
Ormston.
also liked Rich Tommaso's artwork before this.
You did. Okay, I'm not familiar with it.
I've read other Tommaso stuff. Dry County. What else has he done that I love? Keep talking
Okay.
as I
So, but I'm a big Dean Ormston fan. I think
yeah,
his,
I am too.
Malachi
But
Ward.
actually, I almost put up. He's got a. The only reason I didn't is it's so expensive. I might still add it into the this month. They solicited for $100, limited to 1,000 copies, the Black Phoenix Omnibus Black Phoenix magazine is at its core a contemporary comics magazine featuring original characters and stories of various commerce genres, all dreamed up by its sole author and illustrator, Rich Tomaso, Eisner Award-winning creator of Clover Honey, Spy Seal, Horror of Collier County, and many more.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check some of those
So,
out because like this Black Hammer issue or two issues was the first exposure I've had to him, and compared to Dean's art, it's jarring
yeah,
because
he's got a different art style, but I've always loved Rich Tomaso. I mean, he both has an art style that, I mean, it's more of a classic.
yep,
It's like a golden age slash EC era
yeah,
art style with hints of classic comic strips and hints of like classic undergrounds.
right, I can see that.
Um, I mean, here I'll share the cover of the Black Phoenix omnibus.
Sure. So yeah, I like the
You know,
border of being a black and white comic strip, and then the interior is yeah, like you said, kind of muted colors. I don't know if that's the right word.
yeah. But again, I mean, it feels like it would fit in the
Nine,
50s, early
yep,
60s,
yep,
but it also feels influenced by R. Crumb. It feels influenced by Charles Schultz,
yep,
you know, and storytelling is the most important thing.
right.
Um, and that's just always been my preferred comic art is anything where storytelling is the first priority. Um, so yeah.
Cool.
I enjoy the Rich. That's my long way of saying I enjoy the Rich Tomaso.
That's cool. That's cool. I'm going to go back and look at some of those books that you just mentioned because, like I said, the only exposure I've had to him is these two issues of Black Hammer. But
Right.
yeah, is there anything else that we didn't quite hit on with this?
I think that's pretty good for right now.
Next week we're going to
I
be
mean, we
coming.
got more Black Hammer, but next week we'll go back to Astor City.
Yeah,
Is it the third or
third.
fourth Metro book? Third,
No, we did the third, so it's the fourth.
fourth Metro book.
I have them because I've only downloaded what we've read, so I can tell you
Okay,
because I bought them. Um,
right.
because I'm a fanatic for Astro
It's
City.
really good.
Yeah, I have really started to appreciate. Yeah, I've got three Metro books, so we'll be doing the fourth. I have really been. At first, it was hard to get into it for me. Um,
Right.
I did two read throughs of the first arc of Metro Book Volume 1, where I just had to go back and reread it because I wasn't sure what I was reading because it's written from a totally different perspective than from the superhero's point of view, right? And
Right.
each issue early on was somebody different before they started doing a little bit longer runs, right?
Right.
Um, anyway, so yeah, next week it's Astro City. And yeah, let's get into three books we hope will be spectacular next week, Ted.
We got a good week coming up, and I was glad that you picked a couple that I didn't.
Okay.
So it worked out nicely. My list is actually like three completely different books because you got Jill and the Killers,
Yep.
which is like the YA murder box. Oh, wait a minute, this true crime that I got in my mystery box might actually be the unsolved murder of my mother book coming out from Olivia Quartero Briggs and Roberta Granada at Oni Press. And
Yeah, I'm
then
looking
Lilo and
forward to.
Stitch #1, because A, it's probably my favorite Disney movie, and B, Greg Pak.
Yep. See me, I could take or leave Lilo and Stitch, but Greg Pak.
I love Lilo and Stitch. I don't know why. I mean, I think part of it is that it's
For a Disney movie, it was like weird. Alien and coming down and
Well, I love Stitch.
yeah.
I also love Lilo, but I also love the completely untraditional family.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And actually, it made me realize that there aren't many traditional families in Disney movies.
No. It's usually like a stepdaughter with, stepmom
Right,
or
right.
yeah, you're right.
There aren't many there's lots of orphans, there's lots of
Mm-hmm.
stepchildren,
Yeah.
not a lot of and then in completely the other direction, we've got the uh uh what? It's like witchcraft and mystery and completely sexy in the 1700s Somna from Becky Cloonan and Tula Lotay.
Both of these
Number
are
two.
I,
Yeah.
Jill and the Killers and Somna. I was really considering putting on my list.
Right.
Well, I did put Somna
Well,
there.
yeah. Well, and you did put Moon Man and Local Man, which were late crosses off of my list, as was Drive Like Hell number
Yeah.
4, Dark Ride number 10, Sirens of the City number 6. I'm looking forward to a ton. Philadelphia number 33. Trinity Special number 1. I cheated and went, well, I've read 2/3 of it. So I'm going to put it in the book that I know is spectacular because like 2/3 of it is reprinting the stories that have been at the back of Wonder Woman. And then there's just the new story. But we talked about that with Tom, his Super Sons plus little Wonder Girl.
Mm-hmm.
So good. And then anybody who hasn't read Deadly Class, this is their opportunity to get the whole damn thing. Anybody who missed Miss Truesdale and the Fall of Hyperborea, see Mike Mignola work with friend of the pod Jesse Lonergan, and just the amazing Waller versus Wildstorm from Spencer Ackerman, Evan Narcisse, Jesus Marino, and Jorge Fornes is out this week as well. Tyler, what are you looking forward to?
Well, like you said, I've got Moon Man number 1 from Kyle Higgins.
Looks really good.
And Scott, here's another celebrity, Scott Kid Cudi Muscudi.
But apparently he's been working on this for a long time.
Yep.
Like since before he was a celebrity. So
yeah,
that
gives it some credit
yep.
in my book. And then Mauro Locati from Image Comics. This looks really good. Yeah. Somna number 2 couldn't be more excited for this. From Becky Cloonan and Tula Lotay. That's out on Discovery.
I mean, it could be. My favorite thing is Monsters book 2.
It could be, yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much the only way I could be more excited for this.
If it was that good. And then
no, I mean, if it was literally
that book.
My favorite thing is Monsters book 2 coming out this week rather than Somna book 2.
Got it. Okay. And then Local Man number 9.
This series has been so good. And this is another one where the plot just thickened.
Yeah. Tim Seeley and Tony Fleeks working on this one. Tony Fleeks has got another book coming out. The dog Feral. Yeah. No, the cat book.
Yeah, the cat book.
Yep.
Cat book. Yep. So yeah, lot too many good comics. I don't mean that literally. I'll take as many good comics as they can throw at us. It just makes it hard to read them all.
Exactly. But anywho, that's about all from us. Tad, do you got anything left for the good of the order?
I don't think so.
All right.
I think I'm in good spot.
Good. All right, everybody. We'll catch you guys after the next page. Later. Hey guys, this is Tyler from 22 Panels. I'm here to tell you all about our Patreon. If you enjoy this show, please consider donating to our Patreon to keep this show going. We have many different tiers, all different levels to help you decide what's right for you. Okay, so get on out there to patreon.com/22panelspodcast.